name is Angela Petrilli. I am here with my friends at Fishman. Welcome to a brand new episode. It's going to be a fun one today. Today's episode is pre-recorded. We're going to have some fun. Have your acoustic guitar in standard tuning for this one. We're going to be learning You Learn by Alanis Morissette from her iconic album, Jagged Little Pill. Very fun one to play, geared towards my beginners and intermediates, my advanced folks who are watching. Let's send some words of encouragement to the beginners and the intermediates who are learning along with us today. I love the beautiful community that we have here. Let's keep the good vibes going, everybody. I see it and I appreciate it. So thank you all so much for being just so cool and so kind to one another. It's awesome. So again, acoustic guitar, standard tuning for this one. If you guys are enjoying the lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. And if you want to check out all the cool Fishman gear I use in these lessons, I left a link in the video description below too, so you can check all that out. So before we get started, those of you tuned in before, you know I like to ask a question. So let me know where you're tuning in from and let me know your favorite song to play on guitar. And if you're not a guitar player, let me know your favorite song to listen to. So favorite song to play on guitar, let me know where you're tuning in from. And let's keep the good vibes going. Here we go. You Learn by Alanis Morissette. Very, very fun one to play. Super excited to teach this one to you guys. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to break this down into a couple parts here. The intro and the verse is going to be the same chord. So awesome there. Okay. We're going to pre-chorus, a chorus, and a bridge. And I'm going to give you guys some options as far as the pre-chorus goes, like if you want to play it a little bit differently. As we go through the lesson, if there's like other stuff I think would be a good option to do, I will throw those in as well, as always. It's always great to know and to learn, you know, different syntax on how to play our chords and how to voice them. So we'll be going over all of that today. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look at the intro and the verse part. It's going to be 4 chords here. I'm going to play it just a little bit slower than I did at the top, and it's going to look like this. Little lick at the end, pretty neat stuff. So we've got here these 4 chords. We have G sus4 to G, and then F sus4 to F. I am using this grip. I was watching a lot of live versions, and I noticed some of the guitar players did choose to play this voicing, and I find it a lot easier to maneuver and to get the best out of all the notes in these chords that we can. So that's how I'm going to show you how to play it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get our first finger, all right? We're going to place it on the 3rd fret of the B string, which is our D note. We're going to get our 2nd finger, 4th fret of the G string. Okay, that's going to be our B. And then our 3rd finger, I want you to place that on the 5th fret of the D string, which is our G note. Now, I'm a fan of using my thumb when I play chords. I'm placing my thumb on the 3rd fret of the low E string here. That's another G note. Okay, that's our root. Now, when we're playing with our thumb, I don't want you to think you have to totally overextend that thumb. You don't need to. Let it just kind of rest there. And then just fold it over, okay, using that first knuckle of your thumb. Press until you get a nice clear sound, and then call it a day. Don't feel like you need to squeeze this very hard. It's not true, all right? Just get it to where you get a little bit of pressure, and you get a nice clear tone, and you're all set, okay? So we're playing this G chord here. Remember, at the top I said G sus4. I want you to keep these fingers as they are, because we're going to go right back to that G chord after we play our G sus4. So this is where our fourth finger comes in. To play the G sus4, all you're going to do is you're going to place your fourth finger, that pinky finger, okay, on the 5th fret of the G string. That's going to be a C note. So if we're looking at the notes that are in this G sus4 chord, it's going to be a G, C, and a D. All right? Now, we're going to strum all of the strings except the high E string. And here's what's cool about using your thumb. That A string, we don't need that note. But the top of our thumb is muting it, so we're all set. So feel free to strum, and we're great. Okay? So what we're going to do is just a down, up. And then on the next downstroke, release that pinky. Now we're going to play the G chord. Just like that. So let's go ahead and try that. And that's all we're doing there. We're not playing the high E string at all. Just like that, not too bad. Now guess what? We're going to do the same thing again. We're just going to bring it back a whole step. So for us guitar players, 2 frets. We're going to go now to the F sus4. So what are the notes there? We have an F, a B flat, and a C. Okay. So how we do that? That thumb, okay, 1st fret with a low E string. That's our F. Okay. 3rd finger should be on the 3rd fret of the D string. That's another F. Octaves, yay. Okay. 4th finger should be on the 3rd fret of the G string. That's our B flat. That's what's making this a sus4 chord, is that B flat note. Okay? Keep your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, which is our A. We'll need it in a moment. Okay, so keep it there. And then your 1st finger is on C, 1st fret of the B string. Okay, so all 5 fingers are being used in this chord. Okay, same thing here. Down, up. Release to play the F chord downstroke. Just like that. All right. Let's go ahead and just isolate the F sus4 to F. Now notice at the end of my down up stroke on that F sus4, I'm muting ever so slightly with the side of my hand. I'm also doing this in the G sus4 chord as well. If you find that it's a little loud, you want to deaden those strings, you can do that. To make the announcement of that F chord nice and clear. Sometimes a little bit of that rattle, the chord previously I don't like so much. So I'm choosing to mute it, but totally up to you, okay? Just like that. Now, let's incorporate the G sus4 to G to the F sus4 to F. Here we go. So down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. Let me know how everybody's doing in the comments. Let me know. Now I'm going to play this a little bit faster, so follow along. Cool stuff, right? Really great groove in the song. Really opens with an awesome groove. Now, optional here, we can throw in this little riff. And all that is your 1st finger. Only gonna need 1 finger with this riff, okay? 1st finger, laid across the 1st fret of the B string and the high E string. So, B string, that's a C note, E string, that's an F note, respectively. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna slide this up a whole step. So, that C note becomes a D, that F note becomes a G. Striking it once from the top, slide, strike it again. And that's an upstroke. Feels most comfortable for me, but do what's comfortable for you. Okay, so in context, what we're going to do here is it sounds like this. Riff. Now, I like to hit that low G note here with my thumb after the riff just to fill the space. All right, so in context, it would sound like this. and then right into that G sus4. So, whole thing, here we go. And this is the intro and the verse. And then right into that verse. 2 chords. Awesome. Intro and verses, done. That's all we're doing, or 4 chords rather, for including the sus4s. All right, so that's what's happening there. Not too bad, okay? So now we go into a pre-chorus. Again, another 2 chords, okay? And we're gonna use the same shape and we're just sliding it up and down. So that's gonna be a C to this really cool open D chord. Okay, so it's still that C shape. So let me show you how to play that. Those of you who don't know how to play a C, no problem. I'm gonna show you right now. So first 3 fingers here. First finger, first fret of the B string, that's our C note. Second finger, second fret of the D string, which is our E note. E is an elephant. And then our third finger is gonna play C, third fret of the A string. Now, the C chord, C major, has 3 notes in it, C, E, and G. We're playing all of them. And you might be wondering, well, we're not pressing on a G. We are not. You are correct. However, we have an open G string here, which is that third note that we need. And we're going to do the same strumming pattern here. Then, to play this cool open D chord, bring the entire chord up a whole step. For us guitar players, 2 frets. Okay? Now, if you don't want to play this, if this is maybe a little bit above your playing level right now, not a problem. What you could choose to do is just play another D chord here. So you can choose to do that too. So I'll give you both options. Here's the one with that sliding chord. Which sounds great. Now, here it is if we just want to go between C and the regular D major, the cowboy chord version here. Here's what that would sound like. And for context, here's how it would sound next to a verse. Pre-chorus with the open chords. Okay, now here's a version with the open, or with the regular D chord here. Both sound great, so I will leave it up to you. Even in watching some of the live acoustic versions, they do both. They do the sliding one, and they do the one from C to D here. So I'll leave it up to you, okay? Whatever makes your heart sing, guys. I am just a guitar mentor here. I'm just planting the seeds, all right? So that's what's happening there. That pre-chorus happens 3 times, and then we go into the chorus. So the chorus sounds like this, and those of you who like pivot points, man, do we got a lot of them here. So here we go. Here's the chorus. Chords here. It's not a 90s song without a C add 9 in it. And we have one at the end, but I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the chords here. So we have a G major that starts things off. Let's go ahead and play the full 4-fingered version of G major. So get your first finger here, second fret of the A string, which is our B note. G is going to be on the 3rd fret of the low E string, 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the B string, which is a D note, and then your 4th finger, 3rd fret of the high E string, which is another G. So G, B, and D are our target centers here for this G major. Those are the 3 notes we need to build that chord. Go ahead and play all 6 strings. There it is. And that's how we're going to strum it. Just like that. Now the next chord is going to be an E minor 7. Here's what I want you to do. Keep your 3rd and 4th finger where they are. Do not move them. Okay? And your 1st finger. Don't even move that one either. The only finger that we're going to move is this middle finger, okay? 2nd finger. Placing that now on the 2nd fret of the D string, which is going to be an E note. And still, I want you to strum all 6 strings. Notice how we're getting that beautiful ringing of the G string, that D note, and then that other G note on the bottom, or rather at the top of these chords. Quite beautiful. So let's go and switch. Now notice those are our pivot fingers here. 1st, 2nd, or 1st, 3rd, and 4th are pivot points. Okay, so the only finger we're moving between this G and this E minor 7 is going to be that 2nd finger. Okay, so let's strum those 2 chords nice and slowly. And again, if you're enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to that channel. Click that like button. It absolutely helps the cause. All right, so here we go from the top. Again. From there, we're going to go to a D sus4. So guess what? 3rd and 4th finger, leave them there or not moving them. Okay, place the 1st finger. I want you to move the 2nd and 1st finger. Okay, so your 1st finger, place that on the 2nd fret of the G string. It's our A note. Leave your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of that high E string. That's an F sharp. We're going to play it in just a moment, but I want you to be ready, so leave it there. Okay? And what we're going to do here is just strum it twice. Lift that pinky finger. Now playing the D major chord there. And a nice down up stroke there. Okay? So, in context, it's going to sound like this. E minor 7, D sus4, D. Here it is without the commentary. I'm playing it a little slower. Here we go. G. As promised, here's that C add 9. Leave the 3rd finger where it is. Okay? 1st finger, 2nd fret of the D string, that's our E note. 2nd finger, 3rd fret of the A string, C. 4th finger, 3rd fret, the high E string, G. Okay? And there's that chord there. So I'm going to play through the entire chorus nice and slowly. I can't play anything fast, you can't play slow. Here we go. E minor 7, D sus4, D, C add 9, again, G, E minor 7, D sus4, D, C add 9. Now, last time without the commentary, here we go. Okay, so good stuff, right? So that happens twice. We go into that chorus. From there, we go right into a verse 2. Same, G sus4 to G, F sus4 to F, okay? So we have that there, and we include that cool riff, you can get it in there. Now, I promised a secondary option for the pre-chorus. So if, say, you're playing with another guitar player, or perhaps you're using a looper on this song, you can go ahead and do something like this. And I was watching some live versions, acoustic, and I'm like 85% sure this is what's happening here, but I think it sounds cool. It would sound like this. So this is the chorus, rather. Or no, chorus. Yes, the chorus. There we go. We're live. Chorus. Chorus option. Here we go. Kind of a cool part. So here's how we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and play a G chord, okay, like this. So first finger, want you to place that on the 5th fret of the D string. That's our G note. Want you to get your 3rd finger here, 7th fret of the G string, which is a D note, D as in dog, and then your 4th finger, rather, on the 8th fret of the B string, which is another G. So this could be technically a G5. Okay, great chords. We only have a G and a D in it. Okay, if you wanted to add another D on top, you could even move your finger up one more and play that there with the D in the bass. You could do that too. Okay, now from there, so this is that G5, we're calling it. You can go ahead and play your E minor 7 as a bar chord up here. So first finger, 7th fret across the A string through the high E, okay? You're going to get your 2nd finger now, placing that on the 8th fret of the B string, which is that G note, and then your 3rd finger here, okay, 9th fret of the D string, which is a B note. So again, to make an E minor 7 chord, E, G, B, and D, the 1, flat 3, 5, and flat 7, they're all there. Okay, so there's that E minor 7. So from the top, G to E minor 7. Let's go ahead and do that again. Maybe this time I'll add the D in the bass. So here we go. Let's do that again. From there, we're going to play a D sus4. Check it out. It's actually not too hard to play in this spot. Okay? Not a lot of moving involved. Get your first finger, bring it down, going across the 7th fret of the D string, G string, and B string. Now, either your 2nd finger or your 3rd, I would say 2nd finger is probably going to be the better choice here. You're going to go ahead and place that on the 8th fret of the B string. There is your D sus4. When you lift up that 2nd finger, playing with the 7th fret of the D string, G string, and B string, there's your D, F sharp, A for a D major chord. Pretty cool, right? It's just like that. So. So just like that. Now, if I go ahead and play the G5 to the E minor 7 to the D sus4 to D, it sounds like this. Go ahead and do that again. Now, next chord, we're just going to play regular C major here. There are 2 different ways to play that. I'll give you options. This first option, you're going to get your first finger on the 8th fret of the B string. I think we know it's a G note by now. Okay, you're going to get your 2nd finger, okay, 9th fret of the G string. All right. So that note there is an E, and then you're going to get your 3rd finger here on C, 10th fret of the D string. So you can choose to play that there. So that would sound like this with all 4, or all the chords of the chorus. So here we go. E minor 7, D sus4, D to C. again, without the commentary. Which sounds pretty cool. Now, if getting to this version of C is a little tough, no problem. We can think about this. Wait a second. Well, D and C are a whole step apart. Couldn't I move this shape back a whole step, placing my first finger on the 5th fret of the D string, G string, and B string? You would be correct. Why? C, E, and G, they all live here. Okay, you have your G up top of the 5th fret of the D string, C lives on the 5th fret of the G string, and then you have E on the 5th fret of the B string. So you could do that too. That would sound like this. So leave it up to you. Both options are great. Okay, so that's what's happening there. Now, the final part we're going to look at is the bridge, and this part's really fun. Okay, and again, those pivot points are there. Also, too, I want to say, if you guys are enjoying these lessons, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. It absolutely helps the cause. If you want to check out more Fishman gear that I use in these lessons, you can click the video. You can click the link in the video description below. It's all there. All right. So here is the bridge. Sounds pretty cool. And again, notice those pivot points with the 3rd and 4th finger. So what we're first going to do here is we're going to place our first finger on the 1st fret, the A string. It's a B flat. We're going to get our 3rd finger, 3rd fret of the B string, which is D, and then our pinky finger, 3rd fret of the high E. Now, I'm calling this a G over B flat. I'm not playing the, well, I mean, you could if you wanted. The open D string, you could do that too. Kind of neat. Now from there, you're going to get your 3rd finger placing that 3rd fret of the A string, C. So you're kind of getting like the C add 9 situation. Then moving to a G major there. That G over B flat, 1 strum. That C add 9, 1 strum. And then G gets a couple strums after that. I like doing an upstroke on that C add 9, feels a little more natural for me. Pretty cool stuff. So that's the song. If I play through it quickly, here's what we got for the intro verse. Now pre-chorus. To a bridge or to a chorus. Let's do the alternate version of the chorus up here. And to our bridge. You Learn by Alanis Morissette. Such a fun song. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I enjoyed teaching it. Again, I want to thank my friends at Fishman for helping me do these week after week. And I want to thank all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in and just for being such nice people and kind to one another. I really appreciate it. As always, wishing you so much success in your musical journey. Have a great weekend, everybody.